Joined by Randy Shannon. Randy, you have a good summer?
Had a great summer. Great summer. It's fun. Enjoyed myself a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Anything fun with the family?
Nothing. Just spend time. That's all. Nothing really great. Just have fun. Just hanging out a little bit.
Yeah. Coming into coming out of the spring and going into the summer, we talked a little bit about you wanted to see some of your linebackers lose weight, and apparently that's happened.
It has. I think those guys did a tremendous job with Coach Storm working out in the weight room and his support staff of getting the guys where they needed to be. But it was a situation where you sit down and you talk with young men about where they want to be at and where they want to go at. And the mindset was, let's be big because we linebackers. But, you know, the days of the 250, 255 linebackers are over because it's now a open, wide spread, matchup type situation. And the guys did a tremendous job. DJ Lundy and those guys did a tremendous job of just cutting body fat and cutting the weight. And it's come back from our nutritionists, you know, doing a great job of getting with those guys in the offseason. And they worked at it, and they feel good about themselves now.
So Lundy, for example, he was a wrestler who had to cut weight probably sometimes in his life. He took to it.
He took to it very well. I mean, it was a situation where we went through start of spring. I said, you got 6 weeks. I said, just lose about 8 pounds and tell me how you feel. And by the end of the spring football, he lost those 8 pounds and he said he felt really good. And I think from that point on, he felt like, hey, I'm still strong. I still can lift, still can run, still can squat. Now I'm taking that next step on what I need to do for myself, and he did it. And I'm really pleased to where he's at, and he's done a great job this spring, great job this offseason working, and continuing to get better.
So in the fall, that should help him get on the field more.
Well, no. I mean, like everybody, I tell everybody, right now we're starting from scratch. You know, I don't have any starters, no starters at linebackers. Everybody the same. Now it's all about competition, getting better each and every day. Keep working on your craft, and when time comes to perform, just perform. And we'll make that decision when it comes.
Let me rephrase that. In August, when he's trying to cover a back out of the backfield or a tight end, he'll be more competitive.
Oh, yes. You know, Lundy's done a good job in just controlling it, just doing what he has to do to get his weight right. But it's not like he had a weight problem. He just wanted to eat, and now he's understanding it. And I think he's down about 230, 232, 231 sometimes. And when we started, he was 255. So a guy like that, a tremendous athlete, cut the weight like that. Now he's faster, he's stronger, more agile. He can do a lot more things.
You know, speaking of another linebacker, Deloach, he seemed to make real progress last year to me. He seemed to get better as the year went on. Is that an accurate observation?
It's a very accurate observation of what Deloach was doing. I mean, I only can judge about from the fall to the spring, and he's done a tremendous job this spring. The one thing we did as a defense is we didn't let those guys play one position. We used multiple positions for all of them. All of them had to learn different positions besides the young guy, Omar. Omar stayed at the one position, everybody else learned. And I think that has built depth that way, but also make them understand their position more. Because if you know what the next guy's doing to you, you know how to react and respond. And those guys done a tremendous job as a group of doing those things.
What makes Deloach the player that he is, or maybe can become?
Well, he's very competitive. He's very, very competitive, like to work, like to compete, and he competes at everything. And I think that's the one thing about it. If you compete at everything you do in life, you'll be very, very successful. And that's what he's doing now.
Early on in his career, I thought he was a pretty quiet guy. Didn't say a lot.
He's still quiet. He just, around his buddies, around his teammates, he's a different guy. But on a football field, he's a quiet guy. He gets it done, but then also he knows how to communicate and talk to guys. You don't have to be a rah-rah guy to be successful. It's just by your performance on the football field and what you demand. And he demands those things from his guys. When it's time to demand it, he'll demand it. When it's time to just play, he'll play.
Okay. You brought up Omar, and Omar was very interesting just to watch on film in high school. And I thought I saw him make some plays, compete this spring. What do you see in him?
I see a young man that came in early, came in January, did a tremendous job for us. By the end of spring, he was a lot better than he was when he first started. And you can see the growth in him. You can see the way he's playing the game. You can see the spring game, how he's making plays, running around, doing a lot of good things compared to the first time he started when he was just searching. And this offseason, he did a tremendous job of spending a lot of time in the film rooms, Him and Kevin Knowles was together a lot, just watching film, getting better, understanding what's going on, and just talking and communication. And I think that has made him take the next step in what he needs to get done.
We have a veteran transferred in the food. What do you see in him?
See a guy that's a humble guy, but he's very, very competitive. He competes at everything he does. He won't anything given to him. He want to work for what he wants to get done.
Coach Atkins is in the corner.
Also,
if you guys
he's
need him.
very, very team oriented. He's a family guy. He wants his guys, his teammates, to be together. He's not a guy that's selfish. He's not a guy that it's all about him. It's about the team, and he'll tell you that all the time. If our team is doing well, I'm doing well. And he's always been that way, and he's brought that to our team. The family, what Coach Norvell always talks about, the family atmosphere. That's what Tatum is.
Now you had him at Central Florida, right?
Yes, had him at Central Florida. Same type of guy. It ain't changed now. No, he just competitive. Got overlooked a lot because of his first 2 or 3 years he played defensive end, and then his senior year he moved to linebacker, played about 4 or 5 games. And if you didn't get the film, you didn't notice him. And I knew about him a long time ago because of how competitive he was, and we're happy to have him, excited about him, and everything else.
Now what will we? Well, first, let me ask about Amari Gainer.
Mm-hmm.
How does he fit into the picture this year? As he's a veteran.
I don't really know. I really don't know until it starts. All those guys know how I am. They know I'm going to treat all of them fairly. I'm going to treat all of them the same, and I'm going to coach all of them the same. I'm going to move them around because I believe in the best guys play. I don't believe by position-wise, you play this position, you play that position. I believe whatever the best 3 on the football field are going to play in the game. If we're able to play 6 guys, we'll play 6 guys. If it's only 3, we'll play 3. But whatever that number comes on what those guys performing in practice and what they're doing in practice. And when that time comes, they'll know, but they're going to be very competitive. They like to have fun with each other. Amari has done a tremendous job this offseason. He was a guy that was up to 238, 240. He's cut his weight down to about 228. He's doing great. He's having fun. And he's learning more. And I think now he sees I'm not just this linebacker, I'm a complete linebacker, and that's what he's striving for.
What are his strengths?
I don't know if anybody's strengths or weaknesses. I think everybody's a linebacker has to be able to do certain things, and he's got to be able to cover. He's got to be able to blitz. He's got to be able to take on blocks. And I don't try to label nobody as strengths or weaknesses. I just say, hey, you just got to do these things to get better, and he knows what he's got to get done.
Okay. Seems like you have 2 years ago, Florida State didn't have linebacker position was of concern.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it that way. Now we go in with 4 guys who have some foundation,
Right.
and maybe some potential to play the position the right way.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're excited about it, and I mean, it's not like anything else. You take pride in what you're doing. It's my responsibility of getting those guys where they need to be at to help the defense. And if you're a coach, you coach them. You teach them, you make them learn, and you get them to do the things they need to get done. And if they have very confidence in you and you have confidence in them, they'll perform at a high level.
Let me expand the conversation to the defense overall. You and Coach Fuller have been working together now for a bit. What evolution have you seen in the defense?
We got depth now. We got a lot of depth on defense, especially up front with the linebackers. And not with the linebackers, with the D-line. Very, very D-line heavy. I'm an old D-line ball coach. That was my first job, so I'm excited about that. But I think that we're able to do things now that we don't have to sit back and say, what if this, what if that? Guys, it's a veteran unit. It's a unit that competes every day in practice, and they know that the next guy is ready to take their job. And we just got to figure out as a defense what we want to do. It could be blitzing a lot. It could be playing too high. It could be playing man-free. It could be, one-man blitzer. We don't know. We got an idea what we want to do. This spring we worked on a lot of different things, so we're really pleased in which direction we go. But we're excited about the growth of the defense and everything that we've done.
I know you adjust your defensive game plan, I guess, based upon opponents slightly, but you're trying to find an identity of who this team is on defense.
No. We're not trying to find our identity now. Here's our identity. We're going to chase the football, and we're going to play very hard. You can book that. We're going to chase the football, and we're going to play very hard. Those two things, identity of this defense. And when you line up, no matter what we play on defense, identity get there. They're going to play very hard, and they're going to play fast, and they're going to chase the football. That's our identity on defense.
Appreciate your time.
Oh, no problem, bud. Anytime.